thank you for coming and joining me today. I'm Veronica, and today we are going to do a strengthen and lengthen practice. For today's practice, we are going to balance the muscles in our body and our posture muscles with our asana, so with our postures and our poses. And what I mean by this is that the importance of finding balance in our bodies, we're always talking about that, is not just, being able to stand on one leg or being able to have particular coordination, but it's also knowing how to balance the muscles that are working, opposing muscles that are working in any posture and whenever we're standing up. So one of the examples I like to give is, I'll show you, I'll get up here and I'll show you. When we're sitting down, so imagine you're sitting in a chair. Okay, even let's add on to that, imagine you're typing at a computer, okay, or you're leaning forward, you're looking at a tablet, or even you're looking at a computer screen. If you can see here in my posture, when you stay in this position for a long time, your hamstrings, so this muscle back here, and your lower back begins to get stretched out, overstretched so much so, and the front of your hips, your hip flexors, and your quads become really shortened. So that when you actually rise up out of that, it can become a little bit more difficult because now these muscles in the front aren't lengthened and strengthened and stretched out enough, and these muscles in the back are too lengthened and stretched out enough, and they don't have enough stability. So when we are doing our asana in our postures, you'll be able to tell that there's always a balance in the movement. So when we're in a lunge, for example, this hip is opening up and stretching, and this hip is strengthening and contracting, okay? When we move to the other side, the opposite thing is happening on the other side so that we're balancing the body. So as we go through our practice today, I just want you guys to be aware all the time of how every movement is balanced by this stretching in one area of the body and this lengthening in one area, and then a tightening and contracting in the other. And in order to stay balanced in those postures and in our daily movement, we have to work to always release and relax one part and strengthen and stretch another part simultaneously. Okay, so I invite you now, let's come to our mats, let's have a seat. And we're going to get ready to strengthen and lengthen. Child's pose position. So you can come down to your mat. We're going to bring either the knees together. You can take the feet together in the back. Sit your glutes back down onto your heels. Let's take a moment here to lengthen up through the spine. And when you're ready, we're just going to walk the hands forward. Bring the chest down to the tops of the thighs. Relax the chest and the head down to the earth. So allowing your palms to spread out wide on the ground, releasing your sits bones down to your heels. If they don't reach the heels, no problem. You can also even take a pillow or a blanket beneath the backs of your legs to give yourself some extra support. If this is a lot on your knees or on your shins, you can fold your yoga mat, or you can even place a blanket under your legs for some extra support there. Just taking a moment here to ground down, come into our bodies, to arrive on the mat. Let's begin to listen to the sounds of our breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Beginning to lengthen the inhale and extend the exhale. Relaxing the front body down to the mat. Feeling your belly rise and inflate as you inhale. Feeling your navel draw to the spine as you exhale. Feeling your hands ground you down to the earth. If your forehead is resting on the mat, maybe you take a moment to rock side to side on your forehead, stimulating that area between our eyebrows, the seat of our intuition. Deep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Beautiful. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale and release. Let's begin to lift the torso, keeping the fingers and the hands on the ground. We're just going to walk our hands over and off the right side of the mat, allowing our hips to stay lower down to our heels. We're going to reach out through the crown of the head and lower the forehead back down to the mat, grounding down through that left hip, feeling the stretch all along the left side of the body, out through the fingertips. Breathe in nice and deep. Exhale and lengthen. Extending the inhale. Extending the exhale. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, begin to lift the torso. This time let's walk the fingertips through the center and over and off the left side of the mat. Plugging down our right hip, we're going to reach through the right fingertips and through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale and begin to lower the chest, lower the forehead. It's fine if your forehead doesn't come all the way down to the mat. Just meet your body where it's at today. Drawing that right hip down towards the heel, stretching through the right side of the body. Inhale and breathe into the spaces between the ribs. Feel that beautiful stretch in the right side. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, let's come back to center. Lift the torso. We're going to ground our palms down and begin to press up onto all fours. Coming into a tabletop position, spreading the palms wide. If you have any wrist issues here, you can make fists, or you can also come down to your forearms. Okay, whatever is comfortable for you. Stacking the shoulders over the wrists, stacking the hips over the knees. Our knees are about hip width distance apart here. Press away from the earth and draw the navel up to the spine. Thinking one long line of energy from the tailbone out through the crown of the head. We're going to do some hip circles to begin to awaken the hips and the lower body. So keep a gentle bend in the elbows here, and we're just going to roll the hips in a circle, coming forward, taking the hips back towards the heels, rounding them out to the left, bringing them forward and center, pushing them out to the right and back. Moving with your breath, inhale and exhale. Beautiful stretch for the hips here. Welcoming that fluidity in the movement. Pressing down through all the finger pads. Let's do one more on this side. We'll come back to center and reset. Again, pressing the earth away. Really press down into those finger pads and the knuckles so that you're almost gripping the mat. Keep a gentle bend in the elbows, and we'll take the hips the opposite way. Rounding to the right, bringing them forward, taking them out the left and back. You can make your circles as wide and as big as is comfortable for you. Our hip joints hold so much importance for our posture, for our strength. We want to make sure that we warm them up. Awakening the entire body here. A few more rounds. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale. One more wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to tabletop. We're going to bring the left hand into the center of the mat. Pressing down through the palm. We're going to inhale and reach the right fingertips up high. Opening the torso up towards the right. And we're just going to thread the arm through. Bringing it under the left. And we're going to rest our shoulder and our upper right arm down on the mat. We can bring our head and our right ear down to the mat as well. Coming in for a shoulder stretch. You can take your left hand, leave it by the face. You can also stretch it and reach it out up above you. Or you can also take it behind the back and rest it as you open the chest open to the left. Big stretch for our shoulders here. Big inhale through the nose. Don't let your left shoulder collapse in. So you want to open up that chest towards the left side. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful chest opener here. Big inhales. Let the breath open the back side of the body. One more big inhale. Exhale, let's bring the left palm by the face. We're going to press down into the hand as we open up once more, reaching up through the right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale and release. Let's bring the right palm towards the center of the mat, moving to the left side this time. Inhale, the left hand nice and high, opening up the chest. Exhale, thread the left fingers under and through, placing the back of the left shoulder, left ear down to the mat. Taking the right arm up and over, maybe leaving it to rest on the ground by the face, or you can take it behind you as well. Making sure that you're opening up this right shoulder, opening up the chest towards the left side. Really stretching across the back of the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Whenever it feels right to you, feel free to close your eyes and listen to your breath. Inhaling in nice and deep into the belly. Exhale and release. A few more rounds of breath here. Opening the chest. Opening the heart space. One more big inhale. Exhale, let's place the right palm down to the ground by the face. Press into the palm. Inhale, lift the left arm high once more. Exhale and release. Beautiful. From here, let's find our tabletop again, and we're going to come into a few rounds of cat-cow. Spreading the palms and the fingers wide, pressing the earth away. On the inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the chin, draw the heart forward as we inhale into cow. On the exhale, we're going to round the spine, draw the back of the heart forward, and tuck the pelvis, tuck the chin as we arch our back into cat. Moving with the breath, inhaling into cow. Reaching that heart space forward, exhaling into cat, emptying the belly of the breath. Just follow your own breath, follow your own movement. Let your breath guide your body. Inhale into cow. Exhale, cat. Waking up the spine, waking up the front side of the body, having that strengthening and lengthening the opposition forces here. Wherever you are, one more round, inhaling into cow. Exhaling cat. Beautiful. From here, coming back into our tabletop, we're going to lift the back leg, the left leg. Inhale, reach it behind you. On the exhale, you're going to round the spine, draw the knee up, and step the foot to the outside of the left hand. Okay? So you can take your toes out at a 45-degree angle so that they're spilling off the mat. This back knee, this right knee, you can begin to lift the back knee and send it behind your hips. You can keep the back toes tucked or take the top of the back foot down to the mat. Just coming into a lizard pose here. So you can press down through the hands, lift the chest and open and shine that heart through. If this is okay for you, you can stay here, breathe in nice and deep. If you'd like a little bit more, you can take your left hand, bring it to the inside of your left knee, and begin to press into it gently as you open and twist the torso over to the left. Opening up across the collarbone, making sure that this bottom shoulder is not tracking in, but opening it up, opening that heart space, opening up the hips. Big inhale, exhale, inhale. Once more, big inhale, exhale, release. Coming back to center, placing both hands on the mat. We're just going to gently step that left leg back, reset. This time, inhale the right leg, lift it up and back behind you. Exhale, round the spine as you step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. The toes are coming off at about a 45-degree angle, spilling off the side of the mat. Again, you lift the back knee, track it behind you slightly, lower the back leg. You can press down into the palms, broaden across the collarbone, offer the heart forward and stay here in your lizard pose. If you'd like, you can take the right hand, bring it to the inside of the right knee, and gently press into that leg as you open up, broadening across the collarbone here, so not allowing the shoulder to fall in, but tracking it onto the back, opening up that heart space, opening up the hips, top shoulder moving onto the back as well. Inhale, exhale. One more big inhale, exhale, coming back to center. Finding our tabletop once again, step that leg back gently, coming onto all fours. We're going to tuck the toes. We're going to come into our first downward facing dog. So spreading the palms nice and wide, gripping down into the mat with your finger pads and your knuckles. Let's begin to lift the back of the hips up towards the sky. You can keep the knees bent as generously as you'd like. You can begin to straighten the backs of the legs, lowering the heels down to the mat. We want to lengthen the spine, press the chest towards the tops of the thighs. So if you have any wrist issues here, you can make fists, or I would suggest that you keep a really generous bend in those knees so that you're not just dumping into your hands and putting all the pressure on your wrist joints, okay? So finding your length here, let's walk our dog, maybe bending one leg, bending the other, awakening the hamstrings, awakening the spine and the lower back. Big inhales through the nose. Big exhales through the nose. Maybe we take a moment and sway the hips from side to side. Again, just releasing all that muscle fascia in the lower body. Awakening the spine. Pressing into those palms. When you're ready, find a moment of stillness here and let's breathe, imagining the breath traveling all the way up along the spine, out through the tailbone, crown of the head relaxing towards the earth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Beautiful. Everybody inhale and bend the knees lots and lots. We're going to take baby steps up towards our hands. Good. Keeping a nice bend in those knees. Keep the feet about hip-width distance apart. We're just going to come into a ragdoll, draping the front body over those thighs, relaxing the head and the neck down towards the mat, pressing down into all four corners of our feet. Maybe we grab opposite elbows and take a gentle sway side to side, finding that fluidity, listening to the sound of our breath. Maybe you rest the fingertips on the floor and shake the head yes. Maybe shake it no. Releasing all the muscle fascia in the neck and shoulders. Beautiful. If you'd like, you can bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart. We're going to inhale and press into the feet, keeping a gentle bend in the knees. Rise up into a halfway lift. So our crown of our head is reaching forward, lower belly is drawing up and in, thinking flat back here. Inhale. Exhale, release, forward fold. From here, press down into the feet, root to rise. Inhale and rise all the way up. Arms follow as you take the arms up overhead, reaching over. Inhale. Maybe you bring the palms together, bring them through heart center, let them rest in front of the heart. Anjali Mudra. Beautiful. Releasing the arms down by the side. Let's find our tall mountain pose. So our powerful posture here, keeping a gentle bend in those knees, drawing the lower belly up and in, pressing down through all four corners of our feet, dropping the shoulders from the ears. Tuck your chin slightly to lengthen through the back of the neck and lift the sternum. Beautiful. Feeling that balancing here, the strengthening and the lengthening in opposite sides of the body. We're going to come into a few rounds of our sun salutations to warm the body up. So follow my lead. Here we go. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, fold forward, cut a line through the middle. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown reaches out towards the horizon. Tailbone reaches back. Exhale, lower. Let's step back with the left foot. Lower the left knee. Step back with the right foot. Lower the right knee. Coming into a half plank. Shoulders are over the wrists. From here, we're going to pull the elbows in and we're going to lower the front body down towards the mat. Extending the legs behind you. Tops of the feet flat on the floor. Let's bring our palms by our rib cage. Hug the elbows together across the back. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Baby cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower the front body down. Let's tuck the toes, keeping the knees on the mat. Inhale and lift the hips. Tuck the toes and begin to lift the back of the hips up to downward facing dog. Good. Finding your downward dog here. Pressing into all four corners of the palms, gripping down into the finger pads. We're going to inhale and lift the left leg behind us. On an exhale, we're going to step the left foot between the hands, rounding the spine, drawing the knee up to the nose. Good. Finding our runner's lunge here. So front knee over the front ankle, reaching through the crown of the head, back heel, reaching away. You can keep your fingertips on the mat, or if you're ready, you can inhale and lift the torso. Let's find our leg positioning here. So this left leg is drawing back into the hip socket, front of the right hip drawing forward to square the hips off to the front. Good. Crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up high, reach through the fingertips. Big inhale here. Let it out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And begin to pivot on the back foot. We're going to begin to lower the back heel as we turn the toes out at about a 45-degree angle. Coming into warrior one. So if you find that your hips don't have enough space here, you can step the back leg out a little bit wider. Taking the toes out at 45-degree angle, pressing down into the pinky toe edge of that foot. Again, let's pull that left leg into the hip socket, front of the right hip forward. Inhale, reach the arms high, strong warrior one position. Draw the lower belly in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, press down through that pinky toe edge of the foot. Inhale, exhale through the nose. One more big breath in. Exhale, let's release the hands, frame the front foot. We're going to step back into plank or half plank. Shoulders are over wrists. Hug the elbows in as we lower the front body down to the mat, Chaturanga. Bring the hands by the rib cage. Hug the elbows together across the back. Inhale into Cobra. Lift the chest, lift the gaze. Press down into the pubic bone. Exhale, release the body down to the mat. Inhale, firm up the legs, press into the toes, press the earth away into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful job, guys. Inhale, exhale. Coming into the other side this time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Exhale, round the spine and bend the knee as you step the right foot between the hands. Finding our runner's lunge here, keeping our fingertips on the mat, lengthening that back leg, pressing the heel away, front knee over the front ankle, reaching through the crown of the head. You can stay here or begin to lift the torso, bringing the hands to the hips. Let's draw this right leg back into the hip socket. You see that little movement? Drawing it back to square the hips off. Front of the left hip socket draws forward. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up high, reaching through the fingertips, drawing the lower belly in. Strong crescent lunge here. Reach, inhale, exhale. Drop the shoulders from the ears. Make space between the palms. Inhale, exhale. One more big inhale. Exhale, begin to turn the back toes out at 45 degrees, lowering the back heel, pressing into the pinky toe edge of the foot. Again, drawing this right leg back into the hip socket. Front of the left hip draws forward, squaring the hips off. Your pelvis should be facing about the top left corner of the mat, okay? Your back leg, you can step it out a little bit wider if that's more comfortable for you. You can even shorten the distance between your legs if that's more comfortable. Okay, finding your footing here. Let's find our strong warrior one. Inhale, finding the balance in your body. Exhale, strengthening and lengthening, opposing sides. Inhale, exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Step back into plank or half plank. Hug the elbows in, lower the front body down, Chaturanga. Hands are by the rib cage, hug the elbows together. Inhale, press down into the pubic bone and lift the chest. Cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, firm the legs, press into plank. Press back into downward dog. Everybody, big inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees generously and begin to step the feet up towards the hands. Coming into our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press down into the feet. Root to rise. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Beautiful job. Let's flow one more time. Another cycle. Here we go. Inhale, lift the arms up high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Step back with the left leg and step back with the right for plank. You can lower the knees for half plank. Shoulders over the wrists as we hug the elbows in, lower the front body down to the mat. Press into the palms, press into the pubic bone as you inhale and lift into Cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, firm the legs, press into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Finding our downward dog here. Grounding down through our palms, pressing into our finger pads. Let's inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, round the spine, knee towards the nose, and step the left foot between the hands. Coming into our crescent lunge. Inhale, lift the torso high. Draw that left leg back into the hip. Reach through the fingertips. Draw the lower belly in. Shoulders down from the ears. Beautiful. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Begin to lower that back heel, taking the toes out at a 45-degree angle, coming into our warrior one position. Pelvis is facing the top right corner of your mat, pressing down into the pinky toe edge of the foot. Reach the arms high. Drop the shoulders down from the ears. Keep this front knee over the front ankle. Inhale. Exhale. Strong movement here, lots of power, lots of strengthening, lengthening in the back side of the body. Inhale. Exhale. One more cycle of breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to come into warrior two. So begin to lower the arms out to opposite sides of the rooms, turning the torso towards the right, opening the body up to the side of the room. This back foot, you can begin to turn the toes out so that the pinky toe edge of your foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat. Or if it feels more comfortable to keep the toes in, that's fine as well. Finding what feels good for you here. Maybe you adjust your stance, making sure this front knee stays over that front ankle. Reaching for opposite sides of the room. Now from here, let's plug the upper arm bones back into the shoulder sockets and lower the shoulders down from the ears. Draw the lower belly in. Big breath in. Big strong posture here. Lengthening that tailbone down to the earth. Reaching through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, let's begin to lower the hands back down to the mat, framing the front foot, lift the back heel. We're going to step back for plank. Hug the elbows in, lower the front body down to the mat, Chaturanga. Press into the palms and the pubic bone as you inhale and rise into cobra. Lift the chest, slight back bend here. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes, inhale, press into plank, press back into downward dog. Beautiful job, guys. Here, listen to the sound of your breath. Maybe you begin to feel that heat running in your body. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. From here, inhale the right leg up behind you. Exhale, round the spine. Knee comes towards the nose as we step the right foot between the hands. Finding our crescent lunge here. Inhale and lift the torso. You can reach the arms up high, drawing that right hip back into the socket. Leg draws back, left hip draws forward. Drop the shoulders from the ears, making space between the palms. Draw the lower belly in, big, strong, tall posture here, reaching through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. Begin to lower the back heel, turning the toes out at a 45-degree angle. Pelvis faces the top left corner of your mat, keeping that front knee over the front ankle. Let's press down into the pinky toe edge of that back foot. Reaching through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Draw that lower belly in. Lengthen that tailbone down underneath you. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Once more, inhale. We're going to begin to open the torso up towards the left as we take the arms out to opposite sides of the room, coming into our warrior two. Back foot, the pinky toe edge of the foot can come parallel with the back edge of the mat, or you can keep your toes pointing in at a 45-degree angle, whatever is comfortable for you. Adjust your stance. Now let's draw the shoulders right over the rib cage right over the hips. Front knee stays over that front ankle.
Imagine that somebody's pulling back on those back fingertips. So you line up your ribs right over the hips. Beautiful. Don't let this knee come in. Let's reach through opposite fingertips. Really strong posture here, guys. Lots of strengthening and lengthening. Lower the shoulders down from the ears. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Big inhale. Exhale. Begin to lower the hands to frame the front foot. Step back into plank. Hug the elbows in. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Lift the chest. Offer the heart forward. Exhale, lower down. Firm the legs. Press into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work, guys. Big inhale here. Bend the knees generously and step up towards your feet. Forward fold. Big toes together. Release the crown of the head down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach out to the horizon. Exhale, fold. Press down into the feet as you inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. One more round. Let's do this together. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale and fold. Cutting a line through the mid-center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back into plank. Strong plank here. Press the earth away. Hug the elbows in. Lower the front body down to the mat. Bring the hands by the rib cage. Hug the elbows across the back. Press into the pubic bone. Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Firm the legs. Tuck the toes. Press into plank. Press back into downward dog. Everybody, from your downward dog, let's inhale. Lift the left leg. Exhale, round the knee, round the spine, step the foot between the hands. We're going to come right into our warrior one, dropping the back heel, toes point out at a 45. Let's reach the torso, lift the arms up high. Hips are pointing towards the top right corner of the mat, reaching through the fingertips, drawing that left leg back in space. Big inhale, exhale. Pressing down through that pinky toe edge of the back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale. Exhale, begin to open the body up towards the right, taking the hands out towards opposite sides of the room, maybe opening up the back foot, pinky toe edge parallel with the back edge of the mat. Draw that lower belly in, lengthen the tailbone down behind you. Lots of cues here. Think about what you're working. Think about what you're strengthening and what you're lengthening. Lower the shoulders down from the ears. Pull the upper arm bones in. Reach towards the corners of the room, the sides of the room. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. From here, we're going to lift the front palm. We're going to reach forward on the inhale, reaching the torso forward. On the exhale, let's lower the back arm. Reach that left arm up and back behind us. Reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale. Huge side opener. Inhale. Once more, inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands back down to the mat. Lift the back heel, step back into plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. Exhale. Press into plank. Press back into downward dog. Last round, last side. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, round the spine, knee towards the nose. Step the foot between the hands. Let's ground the back heel. Turn the toes out at 45 degrees and lift up into our warrior one. Okay, now listen to the sound of your breath here. We've been through this. You know the cues. Think about what's lengthening, what's strengthening. Reaching through the fingertips. Beautiful. Big inhale. Exhale, let's open to the left. Coming into our warrior two. Pinky toe edge maybe comes parallel with the back of the mat. Let's draw the rib cage right over our hips. Draw the upper arm bones in. Lower the shoulders down. Front knee over front ankle. Huge posture here, guys. Really strong posture. Strengthening and lengthening. Inhale. Exhale. Find the ease. Listen to your breath. Stay with your body. Inhale. Exhale. Let's lift the front palm towards the sky. Reach the front palm forward. Drop the back hand. Exhale. Take the right fingertips up and back behind you. Reverse warrior. Press down into the back pinky toe edge of that foot. Keep pressing into the front foot. Big inhale. Exhale. 2 more big rounds of breath. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the hands back down to the mat. Last flow. Step back into plank. Lower down Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale. Press into plank. Press back into downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees generously and step your way up to your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down into the feet, root to rise. Inhale. Palms kiss overhead. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Anjali Mudra. Let's release the hands down by our side. Let's come back to our breath. Lower the shoulders from the ears. Finding our mountain pose. Quiet the mind. Connect with your breath here. Maybe listen to the sound of your heart beating in your chest. Notice how you feel. Notice where your energy's gone. Beautiful. Let's inhale. Reach the arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. We're going to step the left foot back, lower the left knee. Step the right foot back, lower the right knee. Coming into a tabletop once more. Set the knees hip width distance apart. We're just going to inhale and lift the left leg behind us and step it through the hands, coming into a low lunge. Left knee over the left ankle, keeping the fingertips on the floor, reaching through the crown of the head, pressing the hips down and forward, pressing into that front foot. Beautiful. Releasing the hips. Opening up that heart space. Nice long spine here. From here, we're going to begin to lengthen through that front leg, pressing the hips back towards the heels, flexing the toes back towards the shin, coming into Arda Hanamunasana, half splits. You can stay lifted and lengthen along the spine. If you're ready, you can begin to drape the front body over that front leg. Keep pulling that left leg back in towards the hip socket, lowering the hips down towards the heels, really stretching into that hamstring, lengthening the back side of the leg. Inhale, exhale. Make sure these toes are staying flexed towards the shin. Again, that contraction helping to lengthen the back of the leg, strengthening and lengthening. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, release. Begin to roll through that front foot. We'll step back, coming back into all fours, onto tabletop. Inhale the right leg behind you. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose and step the foot between the hands. Front knee over front ankle. Low lunge once again. Maybe taking that back knee a little bit further behind you as you press the hips forward, keeping the fingertips on the mat to support you. Reaching from the base of the spine through the crown of the head, keeping that heart space nice and open. Big breaths in. A few more rounds of breath here. Inhale nice and deep. Feel your belly expand. When you're ready, you can begin to lengthen through that front leg. Begin to send the hips back and down towards the heels. As you flex those front toes up towards the shin, begin to set those hips back and down, lengthening through the front hamstring. Reach through the crown of the head and lengthen the spine. And on the exhale, you can begin to lower your front body over your thigh. Breathe in nice and deep. Send the breath to the back of the leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. A few more rounds of breath, making sure you're flexing those toes. When you're ready, inhale, begin to roll through that front foot. Let's step that right foot back. We're going to take the knees as wide as the mat. Bring the big toes together behind us, coming into an extended child's pose. Let's send the hips back and down towards the heels. As we reach the hands and the arms forward, allowing our chest, our forehead to relax down towards the earth, surrendering our heart down towards the mat, sending our hips down towards the heels, allowing our hips to open and relax, bringing the breath back down into the body. Just allow your front body to soften. Allow your armpits to soften down towards the earth. Beautiful stretch for our spine. Again, if you'd like, you can sway that forehead side to side, just massaging that space between the eyebrows. Connecting with the seat of our intuition, our third eye chakra. Listening to the sound of your breath here. Noticing where the energy's moved in your body. Noticing how this child's pose feels different than the one we did at the beginning of class. Maybe our heart space is more open. Our spine is more fluid. Relaxing the body down. As you are ready, you can begin to lift the gaze, pressing into the palms. We're going to lift the torso, bring the knees together, and take the legs out to one side as we come to rest on our glutes, extending the legs in front of us. Let's keep the knees bent and place the soles of the feet flat on the floor. From here, let's bring our fingertips to the backs of the thighs. We're going to open up that heart space, broaden across the collarbone, Now very slowly we're going to engage our core as we allow our back side of the body to relax down towards the mat. Very gently, just rolling back until you're ready to rest your entire spine on the mat. Begin to extend the legs out. We're coming into our final Shavasana, our corpse pose, our final relaxation and integration portion of the class. If it suits you better, you can keep your knees bent and just allow the knees to rest in towards one another. You can place a blanket at your lower back. Just finding any position that feels right for you to relax and release. You can also remain in a seated position, cross-legged or sitting on your heels. Just taking a few moments here to ground down once again. If you're laying down in corpse pose, I invite you to scan your body, beginning with the toes, allowing the breath to travel down to the toes and the feet, the ankles, the shins and the calves, releasing any tension, relaxing the knees, relaxing the thighs, relaxing the hips and the belly, allowing the belly to go soft, feeling that natural curve in your lumbar spine. Relaxing the shoulders, allowing the shoulder blades to melt into the earth. Arms are relaxing down by your side. Wrists relax, maybe the fingers curl in. Tuck the chin slightly to lengthen the back of the neck. And relax the back of your neck and your skull down into the earth. Relax your jaw. Maybe you separate your lips slightly to relax your mouth. Relax your cheeks. Maybe you close your eyes. Relax that space between your eyebrows. Just allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to relax any areas in your body. Breathe in nice and deep. Imagine the breath traveling to any areas of tension and relaxing and releasing. Beginning to come back to the breath, listening to the sound of the rise and the fall. Lengthening the inhale. Extending the exhale. This is your opportunity to lengthen, to release. Just surrender your body into the earth, knowing that the earth is there to support you. If there are any other areas where you can relax and let go even further, I invite you to let your breath travel to those areas. Use the breath to release any further tension. Softening the body. Allow the muscles, the tissues, the joints to soften and release. If you find your thoughts wandering, just bring them back to the breath. Just allowing yourself to let go. Let go of any thoughts or feelings that came up during the practice. Let go of any thoughts or expectations you have for yourself for the day ahead. Give yourself permission. Give yourself this moment
be here now, knowing that the opportunity is always available to you to relax and let go. To reconnect with your breath. To surrender your body to the moment. You can remain here for as long as time allows. You can end your practice in Shavasana. If you're ready, I invite you to begin to invite deeper breaths into the body. Inhaling nice and deep all the way into the belly. Begin to wriggle your fingers or your toes, bringing some movement into the body. Maybe you inhale one knee into the chest and then the other, hugging your knees in tight, maybe rocking side to side, releasing the lower back. Come to rest on one side, allowing the blood to pour back into the heart. And when you're ready, press into a seated position, keeping your gaze soft or your eyes closed. We'll meet once again in a seated position on our mat, allowing ourselves to ground down once more. Maybe you cross your legs or stack one heel in front of the other. Just allow the knees to relax down as you spread the sits bones down into the earth, lifting up through the spine and through the crown of the head, remembering this strengthening and lengthening opposition in our bodies. Let's take a few more breaths in here together. Inhale all the way up through the spine. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's inhale, open up the palms towards the sky, gather all that beautiful energy we created together, all the energy in our environment, in our bodies, in our minds. Let's bring it back down. Palms come together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Take a breath in here. Exhale and gently bow to yourself, bow to others in this community. May we find peace, stillness, strength, and length in all that we do. Thank you very much for joining me today, for sharing your energy and your practice with me today. Namaste.